going on, y'all beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are having an amazing one today, man. In this video, what we're basically going to be talking about is, funnily enough, we're going to be talking a little bit about the devil trying to get into our head and how important it is for us to protect our head and being able to know that we can't let the devil get into our head. And the way that we're going to put this together that really made me think about this is watching Stranger Things yesterday. I just finished it out. I know a lot of you guys are probably like finished with it and y'all have been doing this for like the craziest amount of time. You already watched it as soon as it came out, but I had to get everybody together and we just recently finished it. And the thing that I realized in this whole thing, there is kind of like a concept in there that helps us realize why it is so important for us to freaking protect our own mind and be able to guard our mind and know that we need to protect our mind and being able to place our mind in God. Now this is amazing. This is freaking beautiful because in there's a character we all know, it's called Vecna, and Vecna is basically getting into the minds, and he wants to take little children so that he can get into the minds of the little children. Now the thing is when he's starting to get into the minds of little children, he is able to get into there because he thinks that they're very vulnerable, they're stupid, they're just whatever, they don't really care. But on top of that, he is still being able to know that he wants to get into this kid's mind so that he could use them to actually take over the world. Now that's a little bit like what the freaking devil is doing and stuff like that. And what we're trying to do is realize that the devil wants to take over our mind because he thinks we are easy to capture. And if we realize that he thinks that we're easy to capture, then we can be like, okay, how can we make our mind ready to be able to protect ourselves? So in the show, Vecna actually takes about like 12 children. He takes the 12 children so that he can use them to take over the world, but he also just like starts to plant things into their mind of making them fear certain things, making them believe that he's the good guy and the other people are the bad guy, that the world is terrible. And if you really think about that, that's kind of how the devil tries to get into people's minds, especially the younger kids. The devil's trying to get into there and he's trying to be like, okay, well, you did this, and there's this, and there's this, and the people are bad, everything's bad, there's this and there's that. Then all of a sudden kids start hating the world, start hating everything. And that's sad. That's very sad. That's very, very sad. But once the kids in this show actually got wisdom of knowing the fact that Vecna was actually the bad guy because they had wisdom bestowed upon them by some of these characters in here, Elle, a whole bunch of the other characters. They had wisdom bestowed upon them, knowing like, okay, this is actually not true, this is this and this, I'm gonna actually help you see it. That's what the wisdom of God can do for us, knowing the devil's tricks, knowing what he's up to, and knowing that we can discern and get away from that to protect our mind. Now, why is that so important for every single one of us? Because if we can protect our mind, then we can actually start living our best life versus going into the devil's tricks and living worse and worse and worse. And I don't think we really want that for ourselves. So if we can continue to go into placing ourselves in the wisdom of God, that's what I've really been diving into, and I think that we can all dive into together, knowing that the wisdom of God is out there and it is possible for us to dive into that and being able to get our mind ready to be able to fight against the devil, but then also to get into the glory of the Lord, the absolute mercies of God, and knowing that we can continue to be grateful for what he has currently given us. And that's just powerful because it starts to change how your life is lived every single day. Every single day your life is freaking absolutely changed, because I've been realizing the more that I'm going into gratitude, the more I'm going into stuff like that, the more that I'm actually ready to have the best day ever. I want to have the best day ever. I'm excited for the world. I'm excited for life, loving people, loving all this stuff. Now this is consciously going against the devil's tricks of trying to tell us to think negatively about the world, that people hate you, that this and that. So can you dive into the wisdom of God today, man? Can you dive into that today? And I hope you guys can, because I think it's going to absolutely change the way that we show up every single day, and knowing that we're not going to let that Vecna, let that devil get into our mind today, man. Hope you guys have an amazing one, man. Let me know if you guys seen Stranger Things down in the comments below, and let me know what you thought about it, especially the series finale, season finale, whatever you want to say. Talk to you on the next video. Peace.